What do you know about the Malmo team, and what do you think about the team?
I think they're a very impressive team, very strong, very fit, physically strong, work extremely hard for the manager, and obviously focused on the last two Champions League games against Helsinki a lot. And yes, I've been really impressed by them. So it's going to be a big challenge for us over the two games, but one that we're very excited and looking forward to.
Hi Stephen, you mentioned it to Alan as well just before you. In terms of the journey Rangers have been on, obviously winning the league is a huge step and a huge hurdle to overcome. What is that next hurdle to come over to symbolise that Rangers are back to where they were before?
It's about the next game. You know, we will try and get over as many hurdles that are put in front of us. We want to try and be the most successful team we can be, and the best version of ourselves over the course of a season. The next hurdle in the way from a European point of view is Malmo, obviously, and it's going to be a tough challenge for us, but we're a good team as well. We're a team littered with quality. We've got to deal with the first 90 minutes first and foremost and try and set it up for Ibrox next week. Obviously, it's been well documented we're going to be missing certain players and certain individuals, so that adds to the challenge as well. But, you know, we're going over to Malmo in a good place, in confident mood, and we'll go and try and do a good job.
What do you know about Malmo as a team?
I've just answered that question about 45 seconds ago.
Okay, so do you see yourself as favourites?
Last time I checked, I'm a football manager, not a bookmaker. If you want to look what the odds are, just find the website. There's many of them out there. There's one on my top here. If you want to find out some decent odds on the game, have a look at this.
Have the changes to the away goals rule created any change to how you're going to approach this game?
I suppose you've got to take it into consideration. Obviously, it is a big change as far as we're concerned. So it does make, you know, slightly different in terms of your mentality, how you approach it. Obviously, don't want to give too much away 24 hours before the game, but it is something we've discussed as a staff and mentioned to the players. But they're obviously very much aware of that anyway. But yeah, you know, your decisions within game, how aggressive you are, especially in that first leg, it could come into consideration.
As a player, you obviously won the Champions League, but what would it mean to you in your managerial journey to take this Rangers team into the group stages of the Champions League?
Well, it's something that's been a target since day one, but we always know it was going to be a process, a patient one. I think the first challenge was always to get European football back from a Europa League point of view, and you know, the challenge here was to always finish top of the league at some point. We managed to do that in spectacular form last year, and that's given us the opportunity to qualify. There's still a lot of work to do and some big challenges ahead. Malmo, first and foremost, we've got a lot of respect for. They've got big quality in the team, as well as a really strong mentality in terms of the group and the team. I don't think they're a team full of ego. You know, they all work extremely hard for each other, and in the right areas of the team, they've got big quality. The captain's a fantastic player. Number 9's a fantastic player. So we'll have to be right at it over the two legs to get the opportunity to get into the playoff first and foremost. So getting into the Champions League is not really the focus right now. It's trying to get into that playoff round.
What would you say is the strengths and weaknesses of the Malmo team?
My focus is very much on my team and the strengths of my team and what I need to do to get the right result. I've watched a lot of Malmo in the last week, 10 days, and I've been impressed with their team ethic, you know, the work rate, the fitness levels. They're obviously well into the season now and have started the season extremely strong, so they're obviously going to be a confident team. I think the way they play, they can obviously play with a back four but also change to a back five, so we have to be ready to whatever challenge comes our way on the night. I like the way they have a lot of technical players in the forward positions who play around Kolak and try and be inventive around the box. So I think they're an aggressive team, especially at home. I noticed that against Helsinki they came right out the blocks and pressed extremely high and were aggressive. So we're going to have to be really good in possession. We're going to have to be really good at playing through the press, and at the right times, you know, we need to make sure that we can go and hit Malmo's back four, because if they're going to come at us very aggressive and go for that approach, we know where the spaces are to go and hit them.
Morning, Stephen. Stephen.
Morning.
Rangers have an incredibly busy and exciting schedule ahead of them in terms of Champions League and also league games as well. How important is it for yourself and the squad to keep that mentality of one game at a time and not look too far ahead?
Yeah, I think we were certainly in that zone last year in terms of not focusing too far ahead or getting too carried away. Just worry about what's in front of you and focus on the next job. We're very much used to this schedule. There's certainly no complaints or excuses. We are used to games coming thick and fast, and it's the reason why, you know, I've tried to build a strong squad full of talented players and volume in each position, because it's impossible to ask the same 11, 12 or 13 players to go every single game. I obviously picked a team at the weekend with a view to this game. We've got 3 or 4 suspensions and 1 or 2 that are not going to make it, so we're quite bare and thin going into the first game. Again, that's not an excuse, it's reality in the way it is, and we'll get on with that. And we'll have more than enough to go out there and put a good team out who want to take the game to Malmo and get a positive result.
Since you first took over at Rangers, the team have been absolutely exceptional in European competition. What do you think it is about this level that brings out the best in your squad?
Well, I think every player has a big motivation to test themselves in Europe against the best teams, the best players, the best coaching staffs. You know, every player on the planet watches Champions League and Europa League. There's such exciting competitions, and you know, you want to go and create memories for yourself and your family for the rest of your life. So, you know, I agree with what you say. We've been on some fantastic journeys so far. But this one hopefully is going to be even more exciting because we've got the opportunity to play in a higher competition. We need to go and earn the right, first and foremost, to be in that competition. But that's a really tough but exciting challenge for everyone connected, so it's one we're really looking forward to.